Hello, friends. Welcome back. So, on this episode of kind of our story and my journey with blended learning and leading it as a campus principal, um, I wanted to share my next bit of advice. Remember, the first one, the most important one, is find your North Star. What is your why that is going to lead you through the ups and the downs? The second thing is have realistic expectations about what the experience will be like. And then my third bit of advice, and the thing I learned and was probably the one of the best decisions I made, was to start blending myself. Um, as leaders, we often talk about what's best for kids, and I've really shied away from using that phrase anymore. Um, this is what's best for the human learning experience, and so kids, grown-ups, teenagers, um, it is what's best for us as human beings. This is a great way to learn, and so if it's good for kids and it's a good way to learn, then our teachers need to be able to learn this way. Why don't we afford them the same incredible learning experiences that we afford our students? And so one of my number one challenges for all the district people out there, all the principals, all the instructional coaches, is to start modeling. It's time we start modeling and leading what we're practicing and asking of our teachers. And so it's time for us to stand up and start blending. So I made the crazy jump in and flipped every aspect of my PD coming back for the school year. So in August, we are given 2 weeks. We have about 4 or 5 days of that time, our campus days. And so all those components that are the normal back to school stuff, staff handbook, safety procedures, discipline procedures, all of it. We modeled what we would expect our teachers to do. So there were moments, and I do mean moments, these were not long periods of whole group and introduction times. Um, we did station rotations that contained independent work, collaborative work, and a teacher directed station. Um, a lot of the things that I used as far as tech tools, I got from one of two places. One, the Cult of Pedagogy has a Jump Start class, which is about 6 to 12, I'm not sure, like units long, and each unit covers a tech tool and its application or a tech practice. So like my favorite one was the idea of curation and creating curated lists. And so I created a curated list of videos, articles, infographics, all around the idea of student agency. And then my teachers were able to pick from the list that I curated and create their own definition of what is student agency. So that's kind of like what our PD looked like. Um, and so the reason I recommend it, one, is it gives you credibility. You've done it, they've watched you do it. They see if you're making that commitment to it and you're leading it, and you believe in it, then they're more willing to believe in you. Thankfully, I have an amazing staff who trusts me, and so I didn't have to work too hard at it. But if you have reluctant people, um, they need to see you as the leader of this initiative. And being able to experience it as a learner can be one of those first steps to breaking down the walls. The second thing is it gives you empathy because until you take on something like that, you do not know how it feels. You can assume you know, and you might be able to sympathize, but you cannot empathize. I can honestly say I felt the physical fear of the idea. Um, I felt the overwhelm overwhelming fear of where do I even start? What's this gonna look like? How is it gonna work? This is just too much, too fast. I probably shouldn't do it. What was I thinking? I mean, all of it. And that's what every single teacher who starts this journey feels, even the ones who love the idea. I loved the idea. I thought it was amazing and wanted to do it, and believed in it, but it was hard. And what I realized as a blender is that it is the first step that is the absolute hardest. Once I started, once I got like the first 30 minutes of the first day done, I got into a kind of a started getting into a routine and a groove, and my thoughts started to fall into place. But I had to take the first step. And then with anything, that first step is the scariest step. And I can truly 100% say I know how that feels because I did it too. And if I did it, you can do it. Um, and so I would just highly, highly, highly encourage you um, to do that. One, because of the empathy factor, and two, because of the credibility, and then three, because it's best practices for the human learning experience. If you want to see, I have agendas that are linked out from my back to school PD. We had opportunities for um, station rotations. We had opportunities for self-directed learning. We had opportunities for menus and self-paced learning. So if you want to see what those look like, let me know. I'm happy to share them with you. They're all in Google, so you can easily make copies and make them your own. Um, the next thing we'll talk about next time is just having that like clear vision and path forward, and what to expect when you communicate that path to your teachers. So, if you have any questions about what I've shared today, or if you would like copies of the agenda I used or for those time days back, I'm happy to share it with you. Give all the cred to Ed Elements, because I basically took what they did in our training and copied it and made it my own. Um, Great thing about education and what has helped us so much is the borrowing and sharing of ideas. So I'm happy to borrow and happy to share. Let me know. Have a great day. Bye.